Embracing technology is what we should be doing as a scout leader. Remember, Baden-Powell put that quote, the scout is a movement. We should move forward. So that means embracing technology and using it to our advantage as scout leaders. There is so much paperwork, you know the amount, risk assessments, admin, ordering badges, doing this, talking to parents, talking to the district, talking to the county, going on meetings. So what are those apps you use as a scout leader to make your life even easier? I ask scout leaders around the world, and here are the ones that you suggested. I use an app called Life 360 to track my scouts during exhibition. It works really well. I didn't exchange any numbers or details with them, but I can track them for the duration of the event and message them in a group with other leaders involved. So when we go out and about on hikes, we know exactly where they are. And it's a free app. Loving that one. What 3 words? Yes, love it. We should all be using that. It's a kind of a new way. Well, it's not new, it's been around for a while. What am I talking about? But that gives you an exact pinpoint. So maybe you're doing a random hike with your scouts and you want them to get from this point to that point using what 3 words. Another really good one is if you're going to a different location, maybe at a camp or going to the park, and you're telling the parents, this is our location point, our pickup point. If you tell them to use what 3 words, it will give you more or less an exact dot of where you're standing. I can't remember what the distances is, something like 1 meter by 1 meter or something, but it will give you within an eye radius. Instead of just saying, oh, we'll be at the top field by the gate, you can give them, this is where we are, using that unique what 3 words. Brilliant app, use it. Night sky, yes, if you're teaching constellations, it's okay to show pictures to the young people, but to actually look up into the sky and say, oh, if you look at this constellation, there we are. And then you can visualize it. If you put your phone up to the sky, point at it, and you can see not only the constellations, but you can see planets. Love it. And it's a free app as well. As scouts, we're meant to be out and about. We're meant to be really good at identifying trees, but I can't remember what the statistic is. It's something like we only know 1 or 2 trees. We're not taught that at school anymore. We might know the oak tree or something. But nowadays, we just look at a tree and go, oh, it's a tree. There's thousands of plants, but there's an app. I use an app called PlantNet. There's another one called Plant Identifier, and you basically just either take a photo that you've already taken or take a live picture, and you can click if it's a bark, if it's a leaf, if it's a petal, if it's a flower, and that app is more or less 99% spot on. And there you can look at that tree and go, oh, that's a pine. Oh, that's a conifer. Oh, that's a cherry tree, for example. And it's a free app. PlantNet, fantastic app. Recommend that one. If you've watched my videos before here on Big Man Awards, you know that I am rubbish with knots. I just don't get them. Maybe someone shows me, I read a book, nothing. It doesn't stay in here. But an app that has been helping me is an app called Knots 3D. That's a really good one, and it's a kind of video to show you how to do those knots rather than just looking in the book and it goes from point 1, point 2, point 3, and you're like, how do you twist it? How does that loop? Well, this app is a video and it will show you how to do that app. So that's a really good one. Knots 3D. Stop motion, brilliant. There's 1,000,001 stop motion apps. I used one, the Morph from Aardman, and we made stop motion videos with our scouts. Absolutely brilliant, really good fun. To get in your model making, your creative badge, hobby badge, that kind of thing. So stop motion apps are really good fun as well. And you just put them on your leader phones and just make some videos. Really good, and gets the scouts learning about stop motion animation. Really good fun one, and it's free as well. OS Locate, another really good app to locate people where you are, and also OS Ordnance Survey maps have a digital form as well. So you, instead of taking big bulky maps, you can take one on your phone. But I don't always recommend that, because the phones, you'll lose your battery, signal and stuff. So always have a backup. If you are using the OS map on your phone or your iPad, fantastic. Embrace technology, but always bring a spare map for those reasons. The phone dies, lose your signal. You are screwed if you don't have a backup plan. Now, this one is a bit of a geeky one. My family take the mickey out of me when I'm in the garden. I use one called Flight Tracker, and it's an app on your phone that you point up and point at the airplane, and it shows you where that plane is flying to, where it's come from, what time it's going to land, the duration, the speed. So it's really good for maybe being a geeky air spotter badge. There you go. Do you see I done with that one? And that's a free app as well. Really fun one. Maybe you're sitting at camp and just see where that plane's going. Random. Another one that got suggested to me is called Pinterest. Yes, we know it. I dive into it every now and then. My wife loves it. She'll send me, oh, have you seen this? Inspiration for the garden or the bathroom or the bedroom or the kids' bookshelf or something. And it also inspires lots of scout leaders for themed camps or maybe doing parties and stuff. So just going on it, it's really good actually. I found some really cool gadgets. So if you just put scouts in it, there's thousands of pages on Pinterest on getting you inspiration and some ideas. So check that one out. Some really good apps, of course, Google. That's the world's biggest search engine, isn't it? So there's always stuff like that. If you need some ideas, last minute games, Google is your friend. We've also got Google Drive if you're saving your work, free documents and stuff like that. Google is a really good one. Other app that's been recommended that I haven't actually used called Map My Hike, where you're trying to get a hike from point A to point B to point C. Put your details in this app and it will plot your hike for you. Like I said, I haven't used that one, but it's been recommended by lots of you scout leaders. Something I've been recently involved with, we did some geocaching with my scouts this term, is Geocache. It's a free app which you can upgrade to get more caches and some more, I think that's the word, more locations. But Geocache, free app, and get your scouts out and about and doing like a modern day treasure hunt. If you've never done geocaching, I haven't until last term. So much fun. Recommend that one. OSM, Online Scout Manager, we all use it. If not, why not? It's the best technology as a scout leader. They don't have an app as such, but you can bookmark it on your phone and then you can use it, the OSM, just like on your laptop. You can do the register and look up badges and some ideas and stuff. So it's not an app, but bookmark it. Love it. Probably one of my favorite apps on my phone for scouts. Should have done this one first. Actually, it's loads of apps about first aid. Should have been my priority. Should have done it, but hey ho, I remembered. St. John's Ambulance do some amazing first aid ones. We've got the Red Cross. They do really good apps, just reminding you how to do CPR, teaching you tricks and skills on first aid. Maybe you need to know how to treat a burn or something. It will show you on those apps. You can do to remind yourself from the British Heart Foundation about CPR. You can do a little mini course for free. The first aid apps, yeah, they're very good at reminding you. Hopefully you'll know how to use them on the spot while dealing with first aid, but maybe you just want to refresh yourself. I don't know, you're on the way to work or something and you're doing a first aid night tonight. Really good apps, first aid. So Red Cross, St. John's, British Heart Foundation apps, and they're free. Love them. Talking about first aid, there's a Defib Finder. So we do know that there's lots of defibs out there. I know that defibs are now carried by all police cars, fire engines, of course, ambulances. They're in lots of public spaces, cinemas, swimming pools, shopping centers or whatever. But do you know where your nearest one is? From your house, your scout hut. Well, there's an app called Defib Finder and it'll show you, as long as it's registered, where is your nearest defib. I'll also touch on that. If you call 999, they will tell you as well. But this is a really good app. And of course, social media, we are there out and about, shouting about Scout, showing parents what we get up to. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all these social media we should be embracing and using and sharing what we're doing as scouts. So there we are, scout leaders. Apps and technology to make your life so much easier as a scout leader. So over the summer holidays, get some of these apps, play around with them, get some new ideas, some inspiration for your program for the autumn. Maybe there's an app I've missed. If I have missed an app, comment below, because I want to make my life and your life easier as a scout leader. Hey, before we go, don't forget, subscribe to Big Man in the Woods. It helps me share the love of scouting and gets me out and about on YouTube. And it also will remind you and tell you when I've uploaded a new video here on Big Man in the Woods. Whatever you're doing, stay safe and happy camping. Bye-bye.